Shoutouts to the Benevolent One and License to Bill for signing up for a YouTube membership. Continuing the events of Universe 8. With a hand at his throat, Krillin gasps for Zarbon to wait. He will reveal the location of their Dragon Ball. Despite Gohan's protest, he points behind himself, slowly muttering, "He gave it to." Barking, he finishes sentence. The sneaky fighter puts his fingers to his head, hitting his foe point blank with a solar flare, momentarily stunning their captor. Krillin does what we've always wanted him to do, combining the previous technique with his Destructo Disc. But somehow pulls it to the right, only maiming his adversary. Still with enough strength to transform, Zarbon is obviously done trying to get information out of the Earthlings. And not missing, Frieza's underling believes the two of them are surely dead. Knowing he must return to the ship for medical attention, Gohan arises from the rubble. Though battered, he's set on keeping his word and finishing Zarbon here. Looking over to his friend, Zarbon seems to fall to the ground lifeless, pleading for his ally to say something. He can only mutter he's sorry, as he succumbs to his injuries. The next day, Bulma speeds to Guru's house with a still very injured Gohan in the back seat. Appearing to have arrived, Nail demands to know how she found him. She quickly explains she simply followed the signal of their Dragon Ball, but urging that's not important at the moment. Pleading Gohan needs care immediately. Walking over to his friend, Dende fixes him up in mere seconds, who shouts for Krillin upon jolting awake. Though surprised to see how quickly the boy was healed, Bulma can only apologize to him, implying Krillin really is dead. Updating the Namekians on their encounter with Zarbon, Gohan firmly presses they need to gather the remainder of the Dragon Balls and revive their friends. But the remaining balls are with Frieza personally, asking if she'd rather wait for his father to arrive. She actually has quite a different idea. By the time Goku gets here, surely Frieza will have called in for backup. Their mission isn't to kill him, it's simply to obtain the Dragon Balls. Currently, they still have the advantage in numbers, and he won't be able to keep an eye on all of them and watch the balls simultaneously. Nail understanding where she's coming from and agreeing, believing the time to act is now. At the Tyrant ship, Gohan notes he's in that vessel, and his power, it's just unreal. Questioning if Nail is really sure he can handle this, but he insists not to worry about him, urging the child he only focus on being completely discreet on his duty here. Blasting a couple holes in the ship, Nail shouts from the sky the demon below killed his family, and now it's the monster's time to die, promising he will regret bringing this slaughter onto his people. A bit nettled, this man up and decided to destroy his ship. Frieza barks back, it is the Namek who will die. During this commotion, Gohan takes the opportunity to sneak past the Emperor, who then warns Nail not to expect his death to be a quick one. As our hero creates a smokescreen in hopes of buying himself a little more time, Gohan finds the Dragon Balls at last. But the Namek's tactic was quickly saw past, Frieza demanding to know what he takes him for, taking shelter behind a giant boulder. The Space Lord is done playing around, swearing he will not escape, remembering being told the Dragon Balls are quite durable. He punts them away, Bulma taking notice they've started moving on her radar. With only one left, Gohan decides to just take this last one by hand, as Bulma and Dende rush to recover the others. And while they're a bit scattered, they know they are now the only ones on the planet possessing the ability to track them. With Nail on his last leg, Frieza offers him a deal. He will allow him to live a little bit longer if he hands over the rest of the Dragon Balls. And foolishly, the warrior scoffs. He doesn't understand a thing, before catching himself and not revealing the plan. Fiercely scowling, the demon will never have his wish, as the Dragon Balls grant their power only to those truly deserving, to those who want to save their friends, not to a monster like him. Nail's body appearing to fall into a nearby lake. Frieza mutters to himself he'll have to call in for a replacement ship as well. And given the time that has passed, Surely Zarbon is dead now too. Tracking down the others, Gohan proudly wields the 6-star ball above his head, handing it over. He explains now he has to go back to help Nail. But grabbing him, Bulma barks if he doesn't follow the plan, she'll pulverize him herself, putting him back in line. But Dende assures him not to worry, as Nail is really strong, and he'll escape for sure. Bulma reinforcing that once they make their wish, everything will work out, and with only 3 left to gather, it shouldn't be too much longer. Testing out his ship, it can at least still fly, but the tyrant can't get over the foolishness of that Namekian, wondering what he was thinking in such a hopeless and suicidal attack. Frustrated, these natives can't see a lost cause when it's right in front of them. Collecting yet another Dragon Ball. Frieza at last notices what has happened, and recovering the final one, it seems our heroes are in position to bring everyone back, rejoining the Grand Elder with Frieza's 5 Dragon Balls. The Emperor himself searches the planet at full speed for him, but Namek is an immensely large world. Guru calling upon Dende to summon Purunga. Noticing it suddenly becoming night for the first time, Frieza knows what this must mean, and the others have collected the orbs. Charging his death ball, he bellows they will all die if they think they can get away with this. Dende explaining, their dragon can only revive 1 person at a time. Bulma wonders what they can do, when Piccolo communicates telepathically through King Kai, noting if they bring him back, that will also revive Kami and Shenron, and with the Dragon Balls of the Earth, they can bring back everyone else with a single wish. Asking if Dende got all that, he goes to command it to Purunga. Gohan and Bulma elated to see their mission finally come full circle. Cackling, that'll teach you. Namek has become a barren wasteland. Still careening through space, Goku trains diligently. As he gets a terrible, ominous feeling, Piccolo shouts for King Kai to tell them what happened, who reveals planet Namek has been devastated. Still chuckling at his work, Frieza acknowledges he may have gotten a bit reckless, but surely no one will be able to survive on this world now. Also noting, his ship was made to resist this kind of attack, somehow, vowing to leave this planet, never wanting to hear of it again. As with our heroes, they have all been taken out by the blast. The Dragon Balls turned to stone with the passing of Guru. 4 days later, Goku would arrive, digging makeshift graves for the 4 of them. And without any Dragon Balls left in the universe, there isn't any hope in bringing anyone back. He then feels a faint power, resembling Piccolo, and if there's a surviving Namekian, maybe hope isn't completely lost. Heading to its location, he begins to dig. Fishing around, Goku can feel someone. King Kai astonished Nail survived, showing insane resilience after being buried for several days. Piccolo taking some pride in his heritage. Pulling him from the ground before gently lying him down. Lucky for Nail, Goku held on to a few senzu beans. Fully healed, Nail knows the Grand Elder would want him to forget all of this and move forward with his life. But on the inside, the Namek knows he can't do such a thing. He demands vengeance from the one who destroyed his people. Goku feels the same, wanting to make the one responsible pay for his crimes. After all, what's stopping him from doing something like this again? Maybe even to the Earth next time. King Kai butting in, presses Goku doesn't understand. Frieza isn't only 100-fold stronger than a Saiyan. He's pretty much invincible, and he hasn't even shown a fraction of his true power. If Goku were to face him, he will die, pure and simple. But he argues back, everyone he knows is already dead. He'd only be joining him. Same for Nail, causing some random lady on Earth to let out a sneeze. Yamcha chiming in, deciding if Nail can't make new Dragon Balls, then they have very little to lose in chasing down Frieza. After all, even his son is in Otherworld now, offering his support to Goku. Taking off, he then announces if he's going to be staying in Otherworld, he's at least going to go and find Bulma, before Piccolo puts in his 2 cents on the situation. Elaborating, no one can deny Goku his vengeance. Recommending to King Kai, he flat out tell him where Frieza's planet is located. Though reluctant, Kaio-sama complies. And a few days later, a soldier below spots an unknown ship, warning they identify themselves or they'll be fired upon. But instead of shooting them out of the sky, they let the silent vessel land and send dozens of men to greet them, armed to the teeth.